I'm a Gito, she know, he know, the streets know I get 'em by the kilo. Nino, if you need those, holler on the dealer. I'm a Gito, she know, he know, the streets know I get 'em by the kilo. Nino, if you need those, holler on the dealer.
Yo, what's going on Facebook and podcast world all across the world? My name is MTV. I'm here poolside, jacuzzi side, rooftop. Pull me up a little. Shouts out to Red Homie for leaving his Hennessy out where I could get my hands on it. You know what I'm saying? But I know it's middle of the day on a, what is it, Wednesday? Oh, happy hump day, everybody. It's middle of the day on a Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of people probably at work right now, so I'm not really necessarily anticipating getting a lot of views on the live feed, but I did want to sit down and record. Got this new microphone that I'm testing out. This is a little mic that I got for portable, and I just want to make sure that it's decent before I start trying to use it. As usual, poolside chats, I'm going to start with a shot to myself since I'm up here solo dolo. But one thing that's I've been wanting to discuss is like the alarming rate of which it seems that white folk is calling the police on minorities, and, you know, in general, black folk in general, you know what I'm saying, like specifically. But there's also the case with the Colorado State students just taking a college tour. But I just really wanted to discuss that. Like in the last month, man, there's been like maybe 15 cases of incidents where folks is calling the police on black folk for literally no reason whatsoever. Obviously, like the biggest one, I guess, probably would be that Starbucks situation. And everybody already knows about that. Everybody knows about wanting to ban Starbucks and everything that Starbucks did to quell all of that, which, you know, I actually commend Starbucks on that. Like everybody was talking about how we need to boycott them and this and that. And I actually think Starbucks did a good job. You know what I'm saying? I was actually like really impressed with what they did. So, but there's been several instances in the last month. Like, I don't know if you guys heard about the young ladies that were checking out of an Airbnb in, hold on, let me see where that was. They were checking out of an Airbnb in Rialto, California, and one of the neighbors of the Airbnb called the police because they didn't wave at her. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is just really getting out of pocket. It's like, I need people to understand, like, the repercussions of what they're doing. Like, calling the police, you don't understand what danger you're putting someone in for absolutely no reason. And, like, you know, that meme has been going wild right now of the woman calling the police on the family that was barbecuing in Oakland. That's another case. I mean, like, she really called the police on them for barbecuing. Like, how is that a crime? Like, where is the crime in that? Like, her story was it's illegal to have a charcoal grill in this area. It's like, is that really how boring your life is, that you got to go around policing charcoal grills? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is just absolutely ridiculous. And like, did you guys hear about the Yale student that fell asleep in the common area of her dorm, and someone called the police on her for sleeping? Like, is sleeping a crime? Like, really? You know what I'm saying? Let me see. I got several. Oh, and then I don't know if you guys heard about the women that were golfing in Philadelphia. They called the police on them for golfing too slowly. Police showed up for these women golfing too slowly. Are we serious right now? Like, why are our lives so boring and so ridiculous? Like, this is what we're calling the police on black folk for. And white people and anyone, honestly, like, I don't want to single it out to white people, but it's in every single one of these cases has been a white person calling the police. So it is what it is. If it walks like a duck and talks like a duck and quacks like a duck and looks like a duck, I guess it's a duck. But are you really, like, understanding the possible consequences and the possible repercussions of your actions when you call the police on black folk? I don't think you are, because I mean we've had black folk killed by police for selling CDs outside of a market, for just going to the store with their girlfriend, you know what I mean, for like literally for absolutely no reason. So like we have to understand that things like, let's see here, things like going shopping at a Nordstrom Rack in Missouri, shopping for prom, is not a reason to have the police called on you. Yeah, there was a white woman that called the police on a group of guys that were shopping in a Nordstrom Rack because she thought they were shoplifting, called the police. How ridiculous is that? And what's crazy, like these particular gentlemen, they actually sat around in the store and asked to speak to the manager. Like what shoplifters just hang around the store and want to speak to more employees if you shoplifting? You know what I'm saying? There's another case. And let's not forget about the LA Fitness in New Jersey, where somebody who has been a member of that particular of LA Fitness for like 8 years brought a guest who signed up with the proper guest pass and did everything that they were supposed to do, are inside enjoying their workout, and get frequently approached by workers at the gym, asking them, saying that they didn't check in, saying that they're not members, saying that they need to come check in. And then eventually the manager of that particular LA Fitness called the police on them, even though he had a valid membership and his friend had a valid guest pass. You know what I'm saying? There's another case of a gentleman in Manhattan moving into his own apartment. One of the neighbors called the police, said they thought he was breaking in because he was going in and out with boxes and merchandise. And he's bringing the merchandise in. He's not taking it out. Why do you think he's robbing the place? Like, how ridiculous is this? You know what I'm saying? I don't understand how boring and how ridiculous your life is when you are a Waffle House worker in Alabama and you call the police on a woman because she's asking for the corporate manager's phone number because she doesn't feel she should be charged for plastic utensils. Yeah, that actually happened. In a Waffle House in Alabama, a woman asked for plastic utensils, which I understand. She doesn't want to use the utensils that have been circulating through the restaurant that other people have been using. I'm sure they've been washed properly fine, but for whatever reason, she would prefer plastic utensils to eat with and not eat with the utensils that everyone else is using. And they wanted to charge her for that. She didn't feel as though she should be charged. So she asked for the corporate manager's, the corporate phone number to be able to contact them about the issue. They called the police on her. And I don't know if you guys had a chance to see the video of that, but when the police showed up, they forcibly arrested her. Like, her clothes were coming off, you know what I'm saying? Like her private parts were exposed while she was being arrested. And she's literally being arrested just for asking for the corporate phone number. Like, I mean, these examples are go on and on. Like, I think I got about 3 or 4 more. Like, but I think you get the point. There was a contractor in Tennessee who had just purchased a home that he was going to renovate and put on the market to sell. And one of the neighbors called the police on him, thought he was breaking into the house. Like, it's an empty house. It's like the house, I think it was abandoned. I think it was boarded up. Like, why are we so bored with our lives? Like, why do we have nothing to do where this is something that makes sense to us? Like, I don't understand. Like, and again, like, you really have to understand the consequences of your actions. Like, when you call the police on someone, you don't understand what danger you're putting them in, because, like, luckily in all of these particular situations, no one was hurt. But I mean, there were situations, like I said, like with the situation with the young lady at the Waffle House, she was arrested and embarrassed and like her body exposed. For what? You know what I'm saying? And someone had pointed out to me, like, especially the incident with the gentleman at Starbucks, like, you know, these are young black men who are already looked at as intimidating by white society. And for whatever reason, police officers are often afraid of black men just for the simple fact that they're black men and no other particular reason. Yo, shouts out to my man AP, man. You know what I'm saying? If you're in the Compton area, Anthony Perry running for what you running for, AP? I know you're trying to get on the board so we can get some of this stuff changed. You know what I'm saying? My man Anthony Perry, good dude, family dude, running for office down in Compton. So if any of y'all in that area, man, make sure y'all vote for him. I don't know exactly what he's running for. Hopefully he tells me here in a second. But back to the topic at hand, like when you call the police on, especially black men, even black women, because obviously there have been several instances of black women being murdered by police, unarmed black women being murdered by police for absolutely no reason whatsoever. Yeah, my man AP's running for the school board in 2019, man. Good luck, bro. Yeah, as a matter of fact, we got to get you on the show sometime next week so we can talk about your come up, man, from everything that you from the mean streets of Agla Green, man, to school board contender. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to my man AP. But yeah, like, if a person's not committing an actual crime, or if you have no reasonable reason to actually think that they're committing a crime, why are you calling the police on them? Like, calling the police should be like you do realize that 911 is an emergency number. Like, you're supposed to call 911 when there's an emergency, when a building is burning down, when a child is locked in a car or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody's bleeding, somebody's hurt, really bad car accident. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are not supposed to, like, you're not supposed to just use 911 as a fly swatter, like when you're being annoyed by someone and you don't even have any reason to be annoyed. Like, you just annoyed just for the simple fact is that we're black. That's the only reason. The two young men that were trying to just go on a college tour in Colorado State, I believe it was, Native American. You know what I'm saying? And this white woman didn't feel like they belonged on the college tour. Who the fuck is you to be the judge of who deserves to be on a college tour, touring colleges, and who don't? Who the fuck is you? Like, who are you? Like what high horse are you sitting on where you can just look at somebody and tell what college they're supposed to be at or whether they deserve to be at college or not? That's ridiculous, man. Like, you really got to do some self-reflection of, like, what type of person you are if this is the reason you calling the police because you don't feel like this person deserves to be on the same college tour that my child is on. How ridiculous is that? To the young lady that called the police on the graduate student at Yale for taking a nap. What college student ain't been a little sleepy while studying? I know I slept all over, everywhere. The commons, the lunchroom, everywhere during college. Thank God nobody called the police on me, especially back in, I'm old. Back in my day when I was at college, I'd have got the shit beat out of me by police and nobody would have known. We ain't have all these camera phones and all this technology and shit back when I was in school. You know what I'm saying? So, like, we have to be more mindful and pay more attention to the reasons why we're calling emergency services. Like, if somebody having a seizure, somebody having a heart attack, why the fuck is you calling 911 for a person sleeping? Trevor Noah had some funny jokes on the Daily Show. Trevor Noah was like, you need to get over here right now. There's no telling what she's dreaming about. The last time one of them had a dream, we had to let them vote. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you really calling the police on someone's sleep? Like, I don't think you guys understand what the ramifications of it. Like, I have a personal story. A few years back, this was years ago, when I was living in Las Vegas, me and my girlfriend, we got into a little argument, and I'm like, fuck it, I'll move out. You know what I'm saying? I'm packing my shit. I'm trying to get up out. She like, how much longer it's gonna take you to get out? I'm like, man, I'm done when I'm done. You know what I'm saying? So she called the police. Now, she had no idea. Like, in her mind, she thought calling the police was just going to force me to hurry up and this and that. She had no idea that in the state of Nevada, when police is called for a domestic dispute, somebody's going to jail. And because I was the dude, I went to jail. When they started slapping handcuffs on me, she's crying, she's in tears. She had no idea. You know what I'm saying? She the one came and bailed me out. Apologize, and with me and her good to this day. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to make it seem like I'm throwing her under the bus, nothing like that. We good. She got, she done went on. She about to be married. She getting married this coming up soon. She got a kid with her new dude. Like, me and her good money. So I don't want to make it seem like I'm throwing her under the bus. It ain't nothing like that. What's up, Bianca B? How you doing? Shouts out to Bianca Bell. Shouts out to my man Antoine Bandelay, man, author of the Kishi. You know what I'm saying? Salute to my bro. But I don't want to make it seem like I'm throwing her under the bus, but I'm just making that point. Is like, she called the police for a reason, for no reason, basically. You know what I'm saying? And then she didn't realize the ramifications of her actions. And once I got them cuffs slapped on me and I was getting put in the back of that squad car, she realized, like, oh shit, what did I do? You know what I mean? And Y'all really got to understand that, you know what I'm saying, that you, like, when you call the police on somebody, you have to understand that you are really putting the life of the person you calling the police on in jeopardy, as well as you putting those police officers that are now showing up to the scene in an awkward position too, because they don't know what they're showing up to. All they know is the bullshit you telling them. So you on the phone, oh, I think it's a burglar. I think they breaking in. I think da 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 da. And now, me as normal Joe Schmo citizen, I'm coming out of my house. Police pull up. Who knows how they gonna pull up? They might pull up on some cool shit. Hey, sir, how you doing? We got a call about, a disturbance in the area. Do you mind showing me a little ID, letting me know like who you are? Blah blah blah. They might show up on some cool shit like that. They really might, but they might show up, guns drawn. Get on the ground. I'll blow your head. Like, motherfuckers would, like, I don't think. See, that's another thing, too. Like, I don't think white folk understand the way that a lot of police officers interact with black folk. You know what I'm saying? It's not always just hey, how you doing? I'm officer such and such. I'm called to the scene for this particular reason. Do you mind if we have a conversation? It's not always that. It's, don't fucking move. Put your hands where I can see them. Yeah, and that's like, best case scenario, we might just get immediately tased. Just, you know what I'm saying? I've been tased before. You know what I'm saying? That shit ain't fun, bruh. Like, a lot of motherfuckers get tased, they piss on their goddamn self. You know what I'm saying? So, like, y'all have to understand that, like, your interactions with the police might not be the same as my interactions with the police. So don't think that because you've called the police in the past and police showed up and it was a nice hunky-dory conversation and some bullshit, that's what it's gonna be. No, nigga. We get harassed, we get beat, we get murdered, we get tased, we get forcibly arrested, we get put in chokeholds and shit like that. Like another situation, like old boy, I think it was in Atlanta, wherever the fuck he was, at the Waffle House that got choked. Now apparently he was throwing shit and acting the fuck up. Cool, you know what I'm saying? I get it. Like maybe he deserved to be arrested, but did he deserve to get choked and slammed and body slammed and beat and all that other shit? I don't know about all that. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you really have to be mindful of the reasons why you're calling the police and whether or not it's actually worthwhile. I just named in the last month probably about 10 to 15 different instances of black folks and minorities having police called on them for literally committing no crime, no even reasonable suspicion of a crime. One woman admitted, I called the police because they did not wave at me. They did not return the wave I gave them. Are you fucking serious? What the fuck is wrong with your life that you are calling the police on somebody for not waving at you? If I called the police on everybody that didn't respond to friendly greeting that I gave them, man, my phone would die. You know what I'm saying? My phone, I wouldn't even have enough battery in my phone to be, y'all be making me a meme next. And by the way, that meme of that white woman in Oakland, man, oh my God, she got some of the best memes. If y'all don't look them shits up, that white woman in Oakland, they got her snitching on Martin Luther King. They got her snitching on Nino Brown. Nigga, this shit is hilarious. That's one good thing that came out of this shit. Oh, that's another thing too, man. Keep blowing the whistle on these fuck motherfuckers, man. Like people just like calling the police for no reason and just being outright racist. Blow the whistle on them. Them motherfuckers at LA Fitness got fired. Them motherfuckers at Starbucks got fired. I don't think the Waffle House. I think Waffle House came out and defended the actions of their employee, which is some bullshit. But blasting that lady that from Oakland, blasting her picture out, do that shit, man. Call these racists out, man. Because like these motherfucking closet ass racists is going to their job, smiling in motherfuckers' faces. You know what I'm saying? Let me quit cussing. Like I know. It's daytime. Some of y'all might be at work watching me, and some of y'all might have some white coworkers that's looking at y'all funny now because y'all watching me or listening to me right now. So let me try to censor myself a tad bit. But we got to call these people out, man. When these closet racists do these things and they calling the police on you just because you a black person. Like, I don't know if y'all seen the housing contractor in Tennessee that was going into a home that he purchased and was just checking it out to see what, like, you know, what kind of renovations he had to make. White woman called the police on him, the neighbor. The police officer almost arrested her. The police officer went to dude like, hey, if she keep on bothering you, man, you call back, I'm coming back, I'm arresting her. Shots. Let's take a shot to that brother. White police officer, you know what I'm saying? And he said, yo, if she keeps on harassing you, I'm taking her to jail. So appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Like appreciate you assessing the situation and being real about it. You know what I mean? But we really got to call these folk out, man. So any of y'all, like if y'all happen to come across any more cases and stuff like this, feel free to, you know, shoot it to my DM, shoot it to my email. I don't know if y'all follow my podcast at all, but it's Poolside Chats on every single media. On Facebook, it's Poolside Chats Hollywood, so facebook.com/Poolside Chats Hollywood. You can slide in my personal page, DM. I'm on SoundCloud, I'm on Apple Podcasts, I'm on Stitcher, I'm on TuneIn. I'm anywhere, wherever your podcast is, you know, that's where my podcast, I mean, wherever you view podcasts at is where you can get my podcast. You can send me an email, poolsidechats@icloud.com, whatever. But if you get situations like this and you feel like some light needs to be shed on it, man, feel free to holler at me. I'll post it on my Facebook page. I'm not any type of celebrity by any means, but I do get some decent little conversation going on my Facebook page. Most of the time it's for ratchet-ass reasons, but every now and then it's for some righteous-ass reasons. So I'm going to just try to keep the righteousness and the ratchetness at a nice little 50-50 Libra mix. Shout out to Bianca Bell. You know what I'm saying? We're going to keep it balanced. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, I'm not going to hold y'all too long, man. I know it's hump day. It's Wednesday. Y'all probably at work getting cussed out by y'all white coworkers for listening to me, or at least getting judged, because I don't think they actually got enough balls to cuss y'all out to y'all face, man. A lot of these internet warriors and these call the police warriors won't actually say this shit to your face. Some fuck-ass shit, you know what I'm saying? But don't get me started on that. That's a whole nother conversation, you know what I'm saying? We can talk about that all day, every day. But just want to give y'all quick updates on my particular podcast. I just came back from Podpalooza a few weeks ago, man. Shout out to DMST Boys, 100 episodes, Podpalooza event, man. It was amazing. I just posted an interview I did with a couple of the Drunken Knights and one of the co-hosts of the Stakes is High podcast. That's on my SoundCloud and my Apple Podcast right now if you want to give that a listen. I still got the episode that I did with my brother Jimmy McGetty. I'm going to try to get that up sometime next week, and I'm going to try to get the Infinity Wars and MCU review that I did with Taryn and Vonnie D. I'm going to try to get that up probably this week. That episode went a lot longer than we planned. We planned to do like 45 minutes. I think that shit went like 2 hours, man. I guess that's what happens when you get some geeks together and some alcohol, some Douce, and get to talking about Marvel. You know what I'm saying? But that'll be coming up real soon. Shout out to my man D Murph of Why Not Sports and the Flagrant 2 podcast out of Houston. Me and him was up at like 2 o'clock in the morning last night, man, shooting the episode over Skype, just talking about just real life situations, man, some real dope content. He's going to be posting that on his podcast, The Flagrant 2 with D Murph, also on SoundCloud, also on Apple Podcasts. That's going to be getting posted on Friday. I'll be sure to post a link soon when I get it. But I'm going to get up out of here, man. I'm going to finish up this Hennessy. Shouts out to Red Homie for leaving his Hennessy out in the open where I can drink it. So I'm going to get on up out of here, man. It's this terrible weather that we're dealing with in LA right now. Gotta had to pull the umbrella out for all this shade. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to mess up my chocolatey goodness with this tan. But before I leave, man, I just want to leave y'all with my personal favorite quote. Rich, what's up, baby? You welcome to come on, man. We can talk about all that shit. I know you got a lot of shit to talk about. Rich is one of the most blunt motherfuckers I've ever met in my life. So I'll definitely hit you up, bro. What up, Playboy the DJ, man? What's happening? AP, we definitely got to get you on sometime this week. But yeah, I'm going to get up out of here, man. But like I said, I want to leave y'all with this quote. All too often, we allow our schedules to dictate our passions. We need to get to a place where we're letting our passions dictate our schedule. And I say that to mean don't let your motherfucking situations and what you got going on, work and all that shit tell you that you can't do something, that you can't start a business, that you can't start a podcast, that you can't whatever it is you want to do, you can't do that vacation. You can't travel. You can't do whatever it is. Make your motherfucking passions dictate your schedule. And if your motherfucking schedule can't get in where it fit in, then fix that shit. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I'm up out this bitch, man. MTV, Poolside Chats. Follow me on all your social medias, Instagram, Twitter, Poolside Chats. And I'm out this bitch.
I'm a Cheeto, she know, he know. The streets know I get them by the kilo. Nino, if you need those, holler on the dealer. I'm a Cheeto, she know, he know. The streets know I get them by the kilo. Nino, if you need those.